Hey there, I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate. And today we are doing a two-player playthrough of Deliverance from Lowen Games. This is a game that is on Kickstarter. It's going to be coming out very soon. Make sure to check the link to the Kickstarter campaign in the description down below. I'm wearing my Deliverance shirt.
And I am wearing our Love to Hate shirt. If you would like your own Love to Hate apparel, you can check out our website linked below.
All right, we are set up for a two-player game. So let's go ahead and take an overhead view. Okay, so you can see that we are set up here for a two-player game. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fit everything on frame. You've got my character over here. I'm playing as Miko, the River Watcher, and I'll let you take a look at her player board there. I've got Ebb and Flow as a constant thing that I'm going to be able to do my turn. I can do Jab for an action. Which is deal 2 damage to an adjacent demon. I do gain a courage. I've got Rainfall for free the first time I do it, which says move exactly 2 spaces, then heal 2 damage from yourself or an adjacent angel. It does cost 1 courage, and I can do it a second time for an action. And then I have Typhoon Spear, which says deal 3 damage to each demon that is exactly 2 spaces from me. Does cost 2 damage. And then the last action is the same for all the angels, and that is pray. Draw a prayer card, then do a 7 or more test. On success, you can cast down a darkness card or remove an affliction or revive a defeated angel, and you do gain a courage when you do that. Sam, who are you playing as?
I am Christine.
Christine, why don't you show that off for the folks at home? And so we've got Christine here, the voice of thunder. She is allowed to advance for free the first time, which is move 3 spaces. It does cost her an action if she wants to do it a second time. Then she has Clash for an action. It deals the red damage, which is 2, to a target demon in a range of 1. And you may move that demon 1 space away, gaining a courage when you do that. Then we have Energy Charge, which is an action, a range of 3, target angel heals 2 damage, and then does a test of 7 or more. On success, that angel gains Empower. Does cost a courage to do that. And then we've got Lightning Stab, which targets a space in range of 2, deal 3 damage to each demon within 1 range of that space, and it does cost 2 courage to do that. She has the Pray action as well. So that's who we're playing as. We're going to go ahead and put our standees here on this tile, which represents heaven, the heavenly gates here. In the deluxe version, there will be miniatures. Sam, if you want to go ahead and put that out there. We're going to turn that around. Hopefully it catches the light better. There will be miniatures in this game in the deluxe version. We just have the standard version, so you are going to be able to see the standees in this game. And now we're going to flip over 2 battle cards because there are 2 players in this game. So 1 battle card for each player. The first one we have here are Sandmen or Sandman. And it looks like we're going to place one here and another here. And then we place a saint on this spot here. And the saints start off oppressed. We'll want to try to help them not be oppressed. Our second tile is going to have meddling imps on them. So we're going to place 1 on this space here, 1 on this space here with a saint. And then our third one will go here. And that is what we are facing in this battle. Let me go ahead and get those player boards for the Sandman and the Meddling Imp. I'm not going to go over all their actions. We will do that as they come up. And I'll place them up here at the top. All right, so we are ready to go. I'm not going to explain the rules for how to play. If you do want to learn how to play, there are other videos out there that you can watch. This is just going to be a playthrough. And so we're going to just begin. So the first thing that we do is the darkness phase. We're going to put out 1 card per angel face down. So 1, 2. And then we skip this on the first round, but every round thereafter, we would add 1 card per oppressed saint. And so like I said, we're going to skip that. So now we go into the action phase, and I'm going to be the angel with the initiative token to begin. So I'd go first, and I think the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to start in the spot that you're in, and I'm going to do ebb and flow, which says I can move 1 space before or after an action, and I will move here. That is moving before my action. The next thing that I will do is Typhoon Spear, and I will do 3 damage to a demon that is exactly 2 spaces away from me. That meddling imp there is. And so I'm going to do 3 damage to him. And that is meddling imp number 2. And that was 1 action. Oops, let's swap that out for the right token here. There we go. And then I'm going to do ebb and flow again, because I'm going to do it before my second action. I'm going to move right here. And then I'm going to jab that same meddling imp to do 2 more damage. I will gain a courage doing that. That 2 more damage is enough to defeat him because they have a health of 4. And that 2 extra would be 5. So that's enough to defeat him. And the way these meddling imps work, you want to try to defeat them in one fell swoop, because when they begin their turn, they take off all damage that's been done to them. So the meddling imp, defeating that gives us 1 XP. So we move that token up. And then I am the only one around this oppressed saint. So that's going to bless him or unoppress him. I can't remember what it's called in the rules. And that will give us 1 more XP. And those are my 2 actions. So now we go over to the Sandman. And what the Sandman's card says is Restless. He's going to, each Sandman moves adjacent to the nearest saint. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. And nearest saint, 1, 2 for that one right there. This guy would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get here. Or 1, 2, 3, nope, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same. So let's have him go right there. That way they don't try to oppress both of them. And now we would roll a d6. So Sam, why don't you go ahead and roll us a d6. And so a 4. So the 4 says Sleepwalker. Sandman moves adjacent to the demon with lowest health. That demon moves 3 spaces towards the nearest angel, dealing 2 damage if it is adjacent to that angel after movement. And so since nothing on the board has any damage, we could pick whatever we choose here. I'm just going to say it's the nearest demon. So 1 is nearest to 2 here. So we're going to move this one 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then this meddling imp here would go next. And so we would say, and I don't know if you folks at home can see this, but there is a wall right here. This blue and red line is a wall, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And that is it for the Sandman. So now it is Sam's turn, acting as Christine. You can't go through that wall. You gotta go out around it. Okay.
Do I do the clash on him?
If you want. I mean, you pick whichever one you want to do. So you're going to do...
I mean, that's 2, that's 3.
You want to do the 3 then?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do Lightning Stab. Target space in range is going to deal 3 damage to each demon within 1 space of that range. And so Not that this really matters, because if you targeted this space, then you would attack both of them. But like I mentioned, that meddling imp is going to heal up anyhow. So let's just do it just so we can demonstrate how this would work. Targeting this spot here, you're going to do 3 damage to both of those. So we will do 3 damage to the Sandman, number 2, and 3 damage to the meddling imp. And that does cost you both of your courage, so we do have to put that. And that is that. So we now go over to the meddling imps, and their top thing says meddlesome. At the start of turn, remove all damage counters from meddling imp. So we are just going to remove those 3 that we put on them just now. And Sam, if you want to roll the d6, we will figure out what they're going to do. So it's a 4, and it says, "Get 'em, boys." Meddling imp engages the nearest angel and adds cursed to that target. If that angel has cursed, meddling imp deals 2 damage instead. And so they're going to move up to 7 to be within 1 of an angel. And we start with number 1 here. So he would go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to add cursed to you, Sam. And what cursed does is on tests, we subtract 1 from that test. If we fail the test, then we take a damage. And so this one is going to go 1, 2, and curse me as well. And so I will take that token. And that is the end of round 1. We go back up to the darkness phase because we don't have enough experience to level up. And so we're going to add 2 more face down cards for each player. And then we unoppressed that saint, but we still have this saint oppressed, so we add 1 more. And we are completely full of darkness cards now, so we might want to try to cast down some here soon. And now we flip over our tokens. So Sam, go ahead and flip over your action tokens there. Okay, and we're ready to begin again. I am going to... So I'm going to... I'm still going to jab, except I'm jabbing the meddling imp. And I will gain a courage to do 2 damage to him. And then I'm going to jab again, taking 1 more courage. And that is enough to defeat him. So we were going to take him off the board here. And we do get an XP for that, so we are going to level up at the end of this turn. And then I will ebb and flow, moving 1 space this way. And that is that for me. So now the Sandman is going to go next. They are going to move adjacent to the nearest saint. So this one is already here. This one is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we roll a d6. Sam, you want to do that? It's 4 again. That's all you can roll is 4s. Sleepwalker again. And so the Sandman moves adjacent to the demon with the lowest health. That demon moves 3. If it is adjacent to an angel after movement, it's going to do 2 damage. So we will do the same thing we did before. So 1, 2, 3 to Sandman number 2. Who is going to go up to 3 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, and that is going to do 2 damage to you, Sam. And so there are 2 damage tokens for you. And then number 2 is going to come here and make the meddling imp attack you again. And so there are 2 more for you. And they have now gone. And so, Sam, it is your turn.
Is it worth it for me? I mean, no, I don't have any courage.
Yeah, you want to do some actions that get you courage, such as your clash or prayer. Although, you know, if you can take out that meddling imp, then it's not going to activate.
But clash only gives me 2.
Well, pray only gives you 2 too.
So what should I do?
I would suggest getting rid of the meddling imp so that they don't activate. It's one less thing that would hurt us.
Okay.
So you want to clash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to give you a courage. And you're doing 2 damage to the meddling imp. I'm not going to put it out there because there's no point. You're doing 2 more damage, and that defeats him. And that gives us 1 more XP. And we can take their card off the board now, as well as their player board, because we defeated them. And that is that. So then we would go back to the demons, but the demons don't have any other activations, so they are done. That's the end of the round. So now we go up to the level up phase, and we do have enough to level up this time. We spend 1 XP per player plus 1. And so now we're at 1, and we can level up. We can either take 2 of our level 1 talent cards, which give us essentially stronger abilities that we can do with our actions, or we can take 2 heavenly treasure cards, which are equipment that beef up our health stats and our strength and that sort of thing. So I'm going to go level 1 talent. Sam, you pick whatever you feel like is best for you. All right, so we're gonna show what we picked. I picked Fending Typhoon, which is an upgrade. It says you may move demons struck by your Typhoon Spear 1 space. In addition, Typhoon Spear deals 1 bonus damage to each target. And so that is what I can do with that. I'm gonna put it right here. Normally we would put these right here on our player boards on this side, but because of space, not gonna be able to do that. Sam, what did you take?
Rolling Thunder. When you use Lightning Stab, move to a space adjacent to your target. In addition, Lightning Stab costs only 1 courage, down from 2.
Very nice. All right. And so we go back to the darkness phase. We can refresh our tokens. And we do the same for the Sandman. And we are out of spots to put darkness cards. So now we have to start flipping them over. 1 per angel, plus 1 for this oppressed saint. So the first one here says Seeds of Pride, test of 8 or higher. You want to do this? Seven, so not high enough. So we're just going to leave that there. Second one here. Fiery darts. Each angel is dealt 4 damage. Angels may each reduce this damage by 1 for each, each equipped treasure. Neither one of us have any equipped treasures, so we have to take the damage. So
how many damage did I get for?
15.
Okay.
So go ahead and take 4 damage there, Sam. You can flip one of your 1s to a 5 on your counters there. And so while we're on that, Sam, how much health do you have left there?
I have 8 damage.
8 damage. You started with 15, so you're at 7. I started at 14. I'm down 4, so I'm at 10. And this is a 1 and done, so we can remove that. And we slide these down. And now we do have a slot open. And we are going to put our 3rd and final darkness card in that slot. So now we are good. And it's back to me. And I am nowhere close to the battle here. So I need to move to you guys. And I'm going to do Rainfall for free because I can do it first time for free. But before I do that, I'm going to do Ebb and Flow, which allows me to move 1. And then I will do Rainfall, which says move exactly 2 spaces. So 1, 2. Then heal my Strength, which is 2. So I can take 2 off of here. That does cost me a Courage. And now I'm not going to be close enough to where I want to be. Well, I'm going to pray. And so I'll draw a prayer card. And while we're on these prayer cards, this is the first time we've done this, I do want to point out that on the backs of these cards, they all have different Bible verses on them. And you can see how many different prayer cards there are. That's really cool that each one of them has different Bible verses on them. So this says, Revelation of Babes, play on your turn as an action, add light to a space. An angel on that space may equip 1 heavenly treasure card. Well, that might change some things now. Anyhow, I can do a test now. And so I need a 7 or higher. I got a 7. And I could get rid of, oh no, I'm cursed. And so my 7 becomes a 6. And so I failed, which means I take a damage. So that didn't work out for me very well there. I do have one more action, and I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to activate Revelation of Babes, playing that on, I'm going to play it on your space because you need some health. And so hold up, let me read this again. So an angel on that space may equip 1 heavenly treasure. So you can take 1 heavenly treasure card there.
Did I read it?
Yep.
I can't.
Oh. Raiment of Life. It's a garment, and it's going to give you 2 health and 1 to your wisdom. So your health has gone up from 15 to 17, and your wisdom has gone up from 2 to 3. And so we will keep that right there. Okay, so those are my 2 actions, and so now we're going to go over to the Sandman. And the Sandman, is going to move adjacent to the Saint. And now they we'll roll a d6 to see what they do.
Probably 4.
If you roll another 4, that'd be crazy. Well, 3 and 4 are the same thing on the Sandman, so it doesn't matter. So 1 is going to move adjacent to 2, and they will go 1, 2, and 3, and do 2 damage to you, Sam. So that means you're at 10, so you can just flip over one of those other ones to a 5 and put back the other 2. And then number 2 is going to go back 1, 2, 3. And that guy will go 1, 2, 3, but he is not adjacent to you, so he won't attack. And now it is your turn, Sam.
So can I just do that?
You could, yeah. Okay, so you want to do lightning stab in this, well, yeah, you have enough courage in the space you're in right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to cost you 2 courage to do that.
1 courage.
Oh, 1 courage, that's right. Very nice. And flip over one of your action tokens, and you're going to do 3 damage to both of them. So we've got 4 already over here, so that is 7 on him, which means he's got 1 health. And the other guy has 5 health. Okay?
Can I just do it again?
You could.
Or Is there something better?
I mean, it's up to you. You have 7 health, right? So I don't know if you want to heal up or if you want to just attack again. It would be enough to get rid of this one. This one will still be alive. But they've already activated, so I'll get to go again before they go again. I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
I'll just do it again.
Okay. So spend your other courage then. And flip over your other token. And this one is defeated. Sandman number 2 is gone. And this guy's got 2 health. We increase our XP by 2. And very nice. So that's all of our actions. All the demons have gone. So now we go up to the level up part. We do have enough to level up. So 1, 2, 3, back down. And we could take talent level 2 cards if we wanted, or we could take heavenly treasures. And I think I'm going to go heavenly treasure this time. All right, so I went with the heavenly treasure route, and I was given a choice between Swift Strike Gauntlet or Winged Sandals. The Gauntlet would allow me to deal 1 damage to an adjacent demon after I move. I can do it once per round. And the Winged Sandals would immediately give me 3 movement. Both of them increase my health by 1 and my not strength, discipline by 1. And so I think I'm going to go with the Swift Strike Gauntlet because it is something that continues to happen over and over and over again for me. So that's what I'm going with. Sam, what did you end up getting?
Conduction. Whenever you use an action, each demon adjacent to you is dealt 1 damage.
Very nice. Okay. So now we go back to the darkness phase, and we're gonna flip over more darkness cards starting here with Seeds of Pride. This is a reoccurring one. So Sam, you want to do us a test here? And that's 4, so not enough. So this is just gonna stay here, not really doing anything. We do flip this over. This is our first one. It says, Blighted Harvest. Whenever an angel gains health, reduce that amount by 1. Our second card, Waylay. Angels are dealt 1 damage for each demon in play, up to a maximum of 5 damage, divided however players choose. For each protected saint, reduce that damage by 1. Oh, well, that's not bad at all, because we only have 1 demon, and we do have 1 protected saint, so those are going to cancel each other out, so no damage done there. And then for our third one, we do add 1 more to the darkness track because we have a spot open now. And that is that. So now we go back over to me and we flip all of our tokens back over. And let's see, he's got 2 health here. It's best if we can try and defeat him as quickly as possible because leftover actions give us special things. So I'm going to do Rainfall, which lets me move exactly 2 spaces. So 1, 2, and then I can heal up 2. This does cost me a courage, but I got to do that for free. And then I'm going to do my Ebb and Flow, which allows me to move 1. I'm 1 space adjacent. I'm next to him after I moved, so I do 1 damage to him. He's got 1 health left. And I will jab him. And that does 2 damage to him, which is enough to defeat him. And so we gain 2 XP for that. And we have defeated all the demons, which means play immediately stops, and we get ready for the Demon Prince round. But before we do that, we get paid bonuses for our leftover actions. Our choices are that we can heal 2, we can gain 1 courage, we can cast down a darkness card, or we can draw 1 prayer card. I get to do 1, Sam, you get to do 2 here. Oh, I just remembered, I should only have gained 1 health here because of Blighted Harvest, so I'm going to take back 1 damage. I'm going to cast this one down, because all these face down cards are going to go away anyhow. And so, Sam, you've got 2 here that you could do.
Should I heal?
Healing might be nice in your case, since you do have quite a bit of damage. So you're going to heal 2. And so, sorry. Okay, so that was 1. You've got 1 other choice to make. You can either gain a prayer card, a courage, or cast down a darkness card.
Gain a courage.
Gain a courage, okay. Very nice. And that is that. We're going to take off the Saints and prepare for the demon battle, or the Prince Demon battle here. We have a smaller deck of battle cards that have all of the demons. The Prince Demons. And the one that we're going to be facing is Herod. We actually put him in the 2nd slot here. And we're going to bring out Masked Evil. So give us a second to get this set up and we'll continue. Okay, we're back. We're ready to start the Demon Prince round of the game. We have our Masked Evil demons right here on this tile with our new oppressed saint right there. And then we have Herod himself right here and 1 oppressed saint there. We have Herod's deck of darkness cards right here that we add to... We add these out here on the darkness row, which we're going to do here in just a second. But first, I want to show you the Masked Evils player board here. It says Wayward. If multiple Masked Evils are in play on their turn, perform 1 action for each, rolling and resolving actions 1 at a time. So there are 2 of them here, so they are going to do 2 different actions. And we will cover what those are here as they arise. And then our Herod the Great here, he is Arrogant Miser. Herod heals 1 damage per angel. So he's going to heal 2 damage each time he goes here. He has a health of 36 in a 2-player game. And as you can see, he's got his own actions that he will do as they come up throughout the course of the game. All right. All right, so we're ready to begin. We do refresh all of our tokens, and we begin at the top with the darkness phase. And so with this Herod deck, we do replace 1 of the darkness cards from his deck, and when they come out revealed. And not only that, they are strongholds, which means we cannot cast these down. We just have to defeat him before his darkness cards defeat us. So this says Assassin's Orders. 1 cruel archer joins the battle adjacent to the saint furthest from Herod. If there are at least 3 angels in the game, add 2 cruel archers adjacent to that saint instead. If Herod is destroyed, this card does not activate. And so we now need to get us a cruel archer. So this is our cruel archer here, and it's going to be adjacent to the saint furthest from Herod, which is this saint right here. And so we are going to let's put him right here behind that wall. Actually, no, that's not legal. It's got to be on the other side of the wall. So we'll put him right there. And we do need to get the Cruel Archer's player board out here so that you all can see what the Cruel Archer does. And it says that Cruel Archer deals 1 damage to the nearest angel in range, which is 4. This damage cannot be prevented by shields. So we've got their player board out here now. And we will add a Cruel Archer card to the initiative track here. All right, so that was our first darkness card. Now we're going to add a second for Sam, and then 2 more for our oppressed saints. And we are ready to begin. We have to defeat all the demons on the board. Those masked evil have a health of 8. The Cruel Archer has a health of 7. And as we said, Herod there's got a health of 36. So I'm going to do my ebb and flow moving here. And I'm adjacent to the masked evil, so that's going to do 1 damage to it. It has a health of 7 now. And I'm going to jab. And that will do 2 more damage to the masked evil. And that does cost an action. I do gain a courage having done that. And now I can... I'm going to do Typhoon Spear to Herod here because he's exactly 2 spaces from me. I'll pay my 2 courage to do this. And I'm going to do 5 damage to him. And I can move him 1 space. And there's the 5 to him. The 1 space I'll move him is going to be back 1. I think that's what I'm going to do. So now the masked evil will go. And it says if multiple masked evils are in play on their turn, perform 1 action for each. So Sam, you roll for number 1. I'll roll for number 2. You are rolling 4s. 4 rolling machine here. And number 4 says Deadly Gambit revealed the top 2 cards of the darkness deck. Angels suffer 2 damage for each revealed lightning, divided however players choose, then discard those cards. So here's to hoping we don't have lightning. Oh, wrong card. No lightning. No lightning. Very nice. And now I will roll for the other masked evil. I rolled a 4 as well. Okay. Lightning. Okay, so we're going to have to take 2 damage however we want. I figure I'll take it because you have more damage than I do. And then the second does have a lightning. You want to take 1? I'll take 1?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm at 5.
Did you already give me 1?
No, you need to take 1. Okay. And that is that for the masked evil. So now it's your turn.
So if I move here,
there's a wall right there, so you can't attack them through that wall.
well, I don't know. I mean, I have to move.
You don't. Well, I mean, yeah, you're not able to really do much from where you're at.
Just move there.
Yep, that's an idea. Okay, and that was free.
Oh, I guess if that's free, then that was 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then use 1 to go 1, 2.
Okay. Well, the wall's still there too. I mean, blocking you from this person. So.
No, then I'll just keep this one then.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm going to do the lightning stab.
Okay. And so that's going to cost you a courage and one of your action tokens. And you are going to do 3 damage. And so 3 on number 2. So each of them are down to 5 health.
Okay. I can't do it again because I don't have any more courage left. The only thing I can do is... Oh, mine also says whenever you use an action, each demon adjacent to you is dealt 1 damage.
Oh, nice. Okay. So 1 more to number 2. So he's down to, or she's down to 4 health.
The only other thing I can do is clash. Or move.
You move 3.
Or pray, I guess. Yeah.
You could pray.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So you're going to draw a card. And what does it say?
Play any time, not an action, when a darkness card is revealed that contains...
The lightning symbol.
Discard that card without effect. Cannot be used on prince cards.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing because we're going to have to reveal some darkness cards here in a second. Okay. And now you do a test, and because you're cursed, you need to get 8 or higher.
Surely I can get 2 4s, right?
You got 8. So you pass, which means you can either get rid of your cursed affliction, you can get rid of my cursed affliction, or you can cast down a darkness card. Which of those do you want to do?
Which one would be most helpful?
Well, casting down darkness is pretty important at this point since we're filled up with darkness cards. So maybe one of those.
That's fine.
Okay. And maybe this one that's face up?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we will move everything down. And that was your 2 actions. And now we go to the Cruel Archer, which the Cruel Archer is going to deal 1 damage to anything that's within range of 4. And I don't think anybody's in range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at range of 5, so it's not going to hit me. We're going to roll 1 die. I'll go ahead and do that for the Cruel Archer, and it's a 5, which says Cursed Shot. Cruel Archer engages the nearest angel and deals 2 damage. Then on a test 7 or higher success, add Cursed to that target. So we're going to go 1, 2, and it's going to do 2 damage to me. And now we're going to test. I don't like you rolling all these 4s, so I'm going to test and roll terrible numbers. Nope. I'm going to get cursed. So I'm already cursed. I guess that doesn't matter. I'm already cursed. So that's the Cruel Archer. They went. So now Herod's going to go, and he's going to heal up 2, which he was at 5. Sam, you want to add those 2 to him and flip his 5 over? Okay. And then I'll roll, and you read us out what comes up on his board there. It's a 1. Marching orders.
Each demon, including Herod, moves 3 spaces towards the nearest angel to them and deals 2 damage to that target. If there are less than 3 demons on the battlefield, these demons deal 3 damage instead.
So 2 damage?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to take 6 damage. You're going to take 2. This is not good for me, because I am now, I've taken 13 damage and I have 15 total. So I've got 2 health. How much health do you have?
I have 11. My health is 17.
Okay. So you've got 6 health.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna need to do something here. Now we would level up, but we don't have enough XP, so now we go to the darkness and we add one of these, which says Vile Courts. One hateful fiend joins the battle in a space adjacent to Herod. If there are at least 4 angels in the game, 2 hateful fiends join. And so now we need to put one of those hateful fiends into the mix here. Adjacent to Herod, we're going to put it right there. And get the player board out for hateful fiend. Oh no. Alright, hateful fiend does self-harm, test of 7 or higher. On success, he's going to deal 1 damage to an adjacent angel and do 1 to himself. And so we're going to add him to the mix here. Okay, and we will add a hateful fiend battle card to remind us to activate him as well now. We're getting more and more demons on the board. That's not good. All right, so now we flip over 3 darkness cards. And Sam, here's one of those lightning bolts if you wanted to use your prayer card. It says each angel is dealt damage equal to their current strength, which would be enough to defeat me. So want to use that claim of authority?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and discard that. And we can cast that down, move things over. We do have to add 1 more and then flip over 1. Echo Chamber. Angels are dealt 1 damage for each other darkness card in play, divided however players choose. So there are 4 other darkness cards in play. We have to divide up 4 damage here. I can take 1, which puts me on life support. You're going to have to take the other 3.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I only have 3 left, so it's not like I'm not on life support either.
Okay. So now we flip over all of our action tokens. So Sam, flip over yours. And we forgot to flip over the demons, but... all right, so it goes back over to me. I need some health. I also would like to do some damage. I am going to jab. I think this is a good idea. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to jab and do 2 damage to number 1, Masked Evil. I'll gain a courage having done that. And that 2 will be enough to flip over one of those to make it a 5. Yeah, I'm going to stay where I'm at because I am going to do Rainfall and move 2 spaces to here and heal up 2. And that costs the courage that I just got. And then I am going to do 1 damage to Herod because I'm adjacent to him. Sam, if you want to add that to Herod. And now I'm going to jab Herod and do 2 more damage if you'll flip over one of his 5s, or one of his 1s to a 5. And then leave one of those 1s out there. Okay. And I'm ending my turn on a light space, so I get to heal up 1 more. And that is my turn. So now the Masked Evils are going to go, and they still have Wayward, so we're going to roll 1 die for each one separately. So number 1 here is going to go with Corrupt Gift. Masked Evil engages nearest angel, then deals 3 damage and grants 1 courage to that target. And 1, 2. And so 3 damage to me. And I do get a courage. And then the other Masked Evil is going to do the same to you, Sam. So you're going to take 3 damage and gain a courage.
I'm dead.
Oh, is that enough to defeat you?
Yeah.
No.
It's not dead.
Okay, so we take you off the board then. You do get that courage still.
Well, what good is that now?
Well, because you still take your turn. And you can revive yourself. You can, you can pray is what you can do. So, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so draw a prayer card.
Add 2 damage to an angel strike. If this strike causes a demon to be defeated, test 7+. On success, put this card back into your hand.
Okay. And so now you are going to do a test, and we're going to take this cursed off of you because that goes away. So 7 or more. 7. Okay. And you can revive yourself or cast down a darkness.
How would I revive myself?
You come back out onto the board and you take 1 damage off of you, but at least you're around.
Okay.
Okay. And so flip over one of your actions because you did prayer and you still have 1 action left. You can move for free.
And then lightning stab.
Okay. Where do you want to target?
I'm going to do it right there.
Okay. And so you paid your courage. And you're going to do, what damage is it? 3?
Yes.
3. Okay, so 3 to Masked Evil 1, which is going to be enough to defeat it. So we'll take it off the board. And that gives us 2 XP. And then 3 to Herod. If you want to add, you've got 2 there to add. Here's another. And that is that. And so now the Cruel Archer is going to go. Cruel Archer is going to deal 1 damage to an angel within a range of 4. And 1, 2, 3. So I am in range. I will take 1, which means I'm defeated. So it's just you on the board right this minute. I don't know if we're going to live past this moment right here or not. We'll see. Cruel Archer is then going to do, what's it say there? Cursed Shot. Cruel Archer engages the nearest angel and deals 2 damage. Then on a test of 7 or higher, adds Cursed to that target. It's going to move 2. So 1, 2. Range of 4. You are in range. So you will take 2 damage. And then if you want to roll it, 7 or higher.
I'm dead now.
Oh, you're defeated too?
Yeah, I only needed 1.
Oh. So that is that. We did not succeed. All the angels have been defeated, and so we did not win this time. Let's head back up top. All right, so there you have it. Unfortunately, we did not succeed this time. This is a pretty tough game. As you could see, we had a pretty easy go of it that first round, but Herod, battling him just bringing out lots and lots of more demons on the board.
This the first time we ever played this game too?
Yeah, we did. In fact, I don't think we've beaten it ourselves with a 2-player game. I've beaten it at 4 players, and so it may be a little bit more difficult with fewer players on the table. So I don't know about that just yet. So, but hopefully that gave you guys an idea of how this game works. And again, it's on Kickstarter, so make sure to check out the Kickstarter campaign by visiting that link in the description down below.
And make sure to like and subscribe and push that bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
All right, I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.